In the following part of this video, I'm going to show you how to install your Taco Tunes plug-and-play harness. So for this next part, I'm going to prep my wiring harnesses for installation. I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the package and unravel them, and then I'm going to tape them every 2 feet to keep them clean for install. Okay, so starting with harness number 1 with the blue plugs on it, I'm going to go ahead and start unraveling them. And next I have harness number 2, which has black plugs only on it. And then the next harness I have is harness number 3, which has the white harnesses and yellow and red wires. Okay, so for this next step, I've cut 10 or 12 pieces of tape to wrap my wiring together for a clean install. I'm going to start about every 18 inches and go ahead and wrap it around my wiring. I'm going to start on the passenger side of my vehicle, and I'm going to take the loose ends of my wiring and run it from the top of the dash down through the bottom. I'm going to be using this zip tie to help me feed my wiring through my dash. You can use anything of this sort that doesn't have any sharp edges that's going to damage your wiring inside your dash. I'm going to start out by sliding it in on the left-hand side, and you might have to reach around under your dash to help pull out the end of it. On occasion, you'll get lucky and it'll fall all the way through. So to start off with, I'm going to tape all of my wires together and make sure I cover all of them. Just a quick tip, I staggered my harnesses to make the bundle a bit smaller. That way it slides through the opening easier. And next I'm going to connect it to my zip tie. Okay, so now that I have my wires connected to my zip tie, I'm going to start feeding it through. I'm just going to go ahead and start feeding it through, and it should come out on the bottom. Might have to wiggle it a little bit at the top. Okay, so now that I have my plug-and-play wiring run through my dash, I'm going to go ahead and just remove the zip tie. Okay, so I'm going to pull most of my wiring through, but I'm going to leave about 18 inches up by my head unit. Okay, so now I'm going to start routing my wiring. I'm going to push it all the way to the left to avoid my pedals, and then I'm going to start pushing it underneath the panels of my center console. You're going to feel underneath your panel right here, where you're sticking my hand, that you can feel the end of your carpet, and you're going to try and stick your wiring underneath that carpet as much as you can. I'm going to feed it through about right here, and you'll find a place where the carpet velcros underneath your seat. You're going to go ahead and get your wiring, and there's going to be a plastic piece that you're going to push it underneath or behind, but you want to make sure to run it behind the wiring to your seat. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to plug in your plug-and-play wiring to your stock head unit. I'm going to start by removing my 10-pin wiring harness and my 28-pin harness. And then I'm going to plug in my stock wiring, my 10-pin, to wiring harness number 2. And now I'm going to go ahead and slide my head unit back in, but I'm not going to bolt anything down until we're done installing our system.